fugitivos. Just
let's get some sun, baby, it's time to go. All we need to put on is the radio. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get loud and come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine, shine a little tonight. Let's get loud and come on, lose control. Ain't no limit when we go for.
Hello, welcome to this episode of Q&A with the Hombre. Hope you guys are having a good week. It is hump day, and yes, I'm back from Mexico. All kinds of great information and stuff happening. So let's start with a couple of announcements. First of all, I got a couple projects that are going to be coming in for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. So if you're not a member yet, you should probably join the Discord if you want to get in on some of these things. They're going to be amazing. I've got more information and stuff coming up. So make sure you keep watching for that stuff. One of them is a special Blanco from 1414 from Vivanco and Associates. It's really good. You guys are going to love it. And then also we've got the Tequila Hombre edition of Carrera Tequila. Also going to be coming up. So that is amazing stuff. You guys, I'm going to get into more of that. Matter of fact, tomorrow night, you guys should join me on Instagram at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Lalo Camarena from Carrera, Eduardo Camarena. He's going to be on with me on Instagram talking about this project. And, you know, we're going to kind of, excuse me, begin the conversation on it. And then we'll do another one with Lalo once the label and bottle design and stuff are all done, and the new Tequila Hombre neck tag and stuff. We'll do another live one here on YouTube where we'll get further and further into it. So this is just going to kind of be an entry into the project and kind of what we're doing and what you should expect from it. And then also some additional information that you guys are going to want to hear, because it's going to be really cool. All right. So make sure you check out Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram currently, make sure you follow on Instagram and check out the live stream tomorrow night on Instagram at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 Eastern. We'll have Eduardo Camarena, Lalo Camarena joining us to talk about Carrera Tequila. All right, so let's check in with our members. Today's members only. I think we're going to move to members only for the Q&A just to kind of keep things cool. So if you want to have more contact with me and ask questions and be part of this, you can join the membership on YouTube. It's $10 a month. It's nothing. And then you also get access to some of these special buys that we're doing that are not the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective. If you want to get in on the Tequila Barrel Agave Collective buys, you've got to join the Discord group. That's the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective membership. The YouTube membership, you get access to asking questions here on YouTube. But then you also get access to some of the special buys that come in where things are allocated. Like, for example, the Siete Leguas de Caras, as well as the El Tesoro 85th anniversary, are going to be going to the YouTube members. So if you're a member of YouTube, you'll get access to those type of buys. So there's some good perks to it. And then also I post some behind the scenes information every once in a while, but then we're going to go members only on the Q&As here, just to kind of keep things sweet and simple, and then give the members access to me, since they're basically supporting the channel, supporting me through their membership. I don't charge for people to record videos, so I can keep the videos unbiased and make them my true and unbiased opinion, so you guys get the real deal on them. Just like if you saw the Siete Leguas de Caras review, I bought that bottle and I gave an honest review on it. It wasn't paid for like some of the paid commercials that you'll see out there nowadays. All right, so let's check in with some of our members and see what's going on. Hey, the one, how you doing? Bienvenido, welcome, glad you can make it. Hey, Eduardo Cervantes, hello. Bienvenido, welcome, glad you can make it. Happy Wednesday. Hey, Tony Manzo, happy Wednesday to you too. Hey, Sean, bienvenido, welcome. And thank you for the welcome back, I appreciate it. Glad you could make the live stream tonight. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is, I've been seeing on Instagram a lot of these bashers, haters, people doing videos on like calling Casa Amigos names and calling Casa Azul names. And, I don't understand this whole idea of saying, criticizing and calling Casa Azul and Casa Amigos and stuff names. Why do you even have to bring them up? Why give them more exposure than they already have? I don't understand that. It's like you can talk about great tasting tequilas and talk about, what people should be buying without mentioning those guys. So I can't get why they're doing these videos where it's like, I see videos pop up where it's like, if you like Casa Amigos, it's a lie and you should be drinking this instead. And it's like, I don't understand that. Just forget about it. Don't even talk about it. Don't give them any more attention than they already get. They get enough attention as it is. Just talk about why they should be drinking the good stuff and what stuff that you recommend, and leave it at that. I mean, I'm kind of confused about why they do that. So maybe we could talk a little bit about that today. I know they want to get people that are drinking some of the other tequilas, the more mainstream tequilas and stuff, to come over to their way of thinking. But, you end up pissing people off. You end up making people defensive. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to make people feel like you're insulting them or that you're a snob, because then they're going to be super defensive and they're going to be resistant to any suggestions that you have. So let's talk about, hey, if you like tequila that's got a really sweet note but want it to be more natural flavoring and not have artificial flavorings like some of the other tequilas and stuff do, then try this or try that, or try G4 or try El Tesoro, and make suggestions like that versus making fun of the other brands. I don't get it. I don't like that whole method, and that's why you don't see me a whole lot of times doing that. I may make fun, about. I did a video where I put Sincoro on pancakes and stuff and other purposes for. That's all humor and but yeah, I haven't done a video like that in a long time, and I'm trying to refrain from doing those. I don't think it's the way to approach things. I think instead, it's better just to educate as to how good some of this stuff is and entice people to try it, right? I think that's a better approach. What do you guys think? You guys agree with me on that? Carrera, can't wait for it. Oh, dude, the one, you're going to be super stoked if you watch the Instagram live tomorrow. So make sure you catch that. Hello, Brooks Round. Good to see you. Bienvenido. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Bonnie, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Bienvenido. Glad you can make it here. So let's be inclusive. Let's be friendly. Let's be nice. Let's make it so, we can encourage people and stuff, and not, at the expense of making fun of other things. So El Tesoro, learn it, live it, love it. It's a great brand. El Tesoro is a great brand. You can't go wrong recommending El Tesoro. And if you guys haven't tried El Tesoro, pick it up, try it. It's not very expensive. You go to the store, you see it, try it. It's great. It's a really nice, natural tasting tequila, done the right way, done the way it's been done for generations, and you can't go wrong with it. I have a lot of people that are like, oh, I've tried El Tesoro and I love it. It's it is great. You can't go wrong. And if you like more of the vanilla and the caramel notes and stuff in it, then go with the Añejo or the Repo. Both of them are great. They're not going to be super artificially sweet, but it's going to be natural tasting, and you're not going to get any of the additives and stuff that some of the other brands like to incorporate to make their stuff taste better. So, but we're not going to mention any brands. We're not going to mention anything. Just if the brand you enjoy is super sweet and caramelly and vanilla and smells like vanilla cupcakes, then chances are it's going to have additives in it, and you want to go natural. Yeah, El Tesoro Paradiso is a fantastic extra añejo. I love that one. It's done in the cognac barrels, aged in distressed cognac barrels, so very old cognac barrels, and you can't go wrong with El Tesoro Paradiso as far as an extra añejo goes. And if you're somebody that likes to buy more expensive, luxurious bottles, that is a very luxurious bottle to buy, and it's very good. No additives in that at all, so it's not going to be altered. It's not going to be super, super sweet and gooey, but it will be naturally sweet and delicious. So it's a good one to try. It's good. I recommend El Tesoro for everybody. All right, so let's turn a little music on. It's a little dry in here, so let's see if we can. There we go. All right. So let's shoot away. You guys have questions or want to know about something? What about the trip to Mexico? Let's ask some questions. Let me know what you want to know, what you want to talk about. I kind of got off my soapbox about, bashing others to try to promote what you want to promote. I've been a victim of that myself, and I'm not a big fan of it. I know I've done it. I've probably done it, and I'm been trying to make myself a little more conscious about doing that, and instead focusing on stuff that that promotes the good stuff and promotes the natural traditional brands and the people that aren't using additives to make their tequila taste good. And so I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to mention any brands. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to talk about flavor profiles and stuff that you can find that are going to be delicious, that you don't have to pay the huge price tag that some of these altered brands charge. So Jan says she seconds the Paradiso and loves it. Yeah, it's great. Paradiso's great. The whole line. I mean, seriously, I have on my shelves over here, I have the Blanco. I have like probably 6 bottles of the Blanco. I got the Repo. I got probably 6 bottles of the regular Repo, and probably another 4 bottles of our special barrel buy of the single barrel Repo. I have the Añejo. I've got like 2 cases of the Añejo up in my mystery closet because they went on sale at Costco for $40 a bottle. So I bought like 2 cases of them. Figured, what the heck, right? And then I got like 10. See the blue box right down here? The blue box. Where is it? Right there. I got like 10 boxes of the extra Añejo right here. Because we found a deal where they were like $45 online. And if you're in my Facebook group, when I found those, I posted it in the Facebook group, and everybody jumped on and bought them. It was like Ace Spirits, I think, in Minnesota we bought them from. So I try to find good deals on stuff like this, stuff that's really priced. Hey, Sean became a member. Hey, thanks, Sean. And then I've got like 4 or 5 bottles of the Paradiso here, where I actually found another place that was selling it for a really great price, and I posted it, and I bought a bunch of people bought bottles, so we all kind of stocked up on those. So I have like every single expression that And then I have the Mundial from one of the barrel picks, like here somewhere, and then the Mundial, and then I've got, what else do I have? Anything else? The Mundial. No, that sums it up. So I have the Lofrig Mundial on my shelf too. So I've got a lot of their stuff, and it's delicious. You can't go wrong with anything from El Tesoro. So. What's the difference between G4 XA 55 month and the G4 XA 5 year besides the obvious 5 months difference? Well, it is a 5 months difference, but it's also, I find, a different flavor profile. So I actually prefer the 5 year over the 55 month. And the 5 year doesn't come with the fancy wood box and the higher price tag. I think the 55 month was running 200 and something, $255 or something like that, or $299. Because they had that fancy wooden box and stuff. Where the 5 year, I think we were selling it when we got our buy. I think it was $179, which was a pretty good deal for the 5 year, and it was great. So I'm not sure what the 5 year is selling for now. But the new 6 year is going to be coming out in late November, early December, and I'm not sure what the price is going to be on that. But I know it. I was talking to Felipe when I was in Mexico. I was sitting across from him while he was eating dinner at his house. And he was telling us that they were working on the wooden, that's going to come with a wooden box. So I have a feeling it's going to be a little pricey. So it's probably going to be expensive. So, but we'll see. When I get the details on it, I've already talked to the brand here, and they are going to work on trying to get us some of that, as well as some of the special one that he's going to put together for next year. And he told me when we were sitting across from him that he's probably looking at Dia de los Muertos of next year for this special edition that he's going to do, where he's kind of working on some new ideas that sound pretty cool. So that should be really cool to see. But so keep an eye out, and I'll post here, and we'll most likely get it on Ferment and Still. And if we can arrange a buy for it, it'll be for the members here on YouTube and on Discord to get in on that particular buy, because I'll probably try to arrange that for the collective if I can do a big enough buy for it, and if so, then we'll let people from the YouTube also get in on it as well. So you got them when you okay, I think, yeah, it was an amazing price. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. Bonnie's in my Facebook group, so she knows. She got them when I was posting links for that. I mean, everybody kind of went crazy on it, and so we stocked up. It was really cool, and it was a good price. The Paradiso is from a place, I think it was called Allendale Wine or something in New Jersey, where they had a really good price on it. And so they actually called me after I placed an order for like 4 or 5 bottles. They called me. They want to make sure it wasn't fraud, and I told them no, and I told them that I have a group of people that follow me and stuff, and that I was recommending that they pick up these bottles from them. And they were like, oh, they were wondering because they got like orders for like 20 to 25 bottles already when they called me for the Paradiso, so they were kind of wondering what was going on anyway. So that kind of happens when I post something, find something, and post it. A lot of orders go in, and so they called me since I was like the first one to confirm that my purchase, and then also to make sure it wasn't a fraud, which I told them it wasn't. I told them all the orders are going to be legit. So they send them all out. Everybody has kind of scored a good deal on Paradiso on one, and on the other one it was the El Tesoro Extra Neo. We got a really good deal. How many bottles did I bring back from Mexico? I brought back 5 bottles. You guys want to see what bottles I brought back from Mexico? Want me to kind of walk you through them right now? What do you think? You guys want to see? Let me know if you want to see what bottles I brought back, and I can take some time and walk you through them if you're interested. Otherwise, we can just keep going with some questions. So, but yeah, I brought back, I think five or six. I can go through them, and then I'll know the exact number. We'll all know the exact number if I walk you through what I got. So. All right. Yes. Okay. Yes. Bonnie says yes. Says yes. Okay. All right. Eduardo says, let's see. Roland says, Brooke says, like. Okay, so let's walk you through what I brought back from Mexico, okay? So first bottle, you guys already know, right? Because I did the review. What did I do with the thing? Oh, here. So the first bottle was the Siete Leguas Decadas. Now people think, oh, sometimes you just go to Mexico, you can buy it cheaper. This was $140 in Mexico. So it was 2,800 pesos. 2,800 and like 75 pesos. So, Jan says like, and Mark says, show me your haul. Okay, here we go. So this was 2,800 pesos, which comes out to about 140 bucks. It's not cheap for a Blanco, and I did the review, so if you haven't seen the review yet, check that out. I wish I had a way of tasting it before I bought it, but okay, so the next bottle where are you? Where's the bottle? Here it is. Okay. So the next bottle comes in this box. It's a Siete Leguas single barrel extra añejo. So this is what the bottle looks like. It looks similar to the Suerte bottle, right? So this is a single barrel extra añejo edition from Siete Leguas. It's only available in Mexico. You cannot buy this in the United States. It is 38% alcohol by volume. And it's good. I mean, they had it before. I believe it was just it was a single barrel añejo, and now it's a single barrel extra añejo. Before it was like $180 to buy the añejo. This is $390 to buy this. So it was 38, 7,800 pesos. So it's like 390 bucks. So I'm looking forward. I'll do a review of this and let people know. I'll do a review of this and tell you what I think. I haven't tried it yet, but every time I go to Mexico, I always see this bottle. I go, you want to splurge on that? Do I want to spend the money on that or not? And I just decided this time, why not? So I grabbed it. The next bottle that I got is the Viva Mexico Extra Añejo. Now, if you look on the side here, the total amount of bottles for this is only 50. So this is bottle 12 of 50. And if you can see, it is La Poblada Jalisco, looks like. Sergio Cruz, my friend, who's master distiller. It says the maturation period was from March 13th of 17 to April 8th of 2020. So it was 3 years in the barrel, right? So it's an extra añejo. And it was the cask ID. This is cask 951, and it's 40% alcohol by volume. There's only 50 bottles of this in existence. All right, only 50 bottles of this in existence, and some of this was used in that one of one Hoven bottle that Yayo did. So that's what they used. They used some of this extra añejo for it. So this should be some really good stuff. I'll do a review of this as well, so you guys can learn about the Viva Mexico. But it was about $160 for that bottle, which isn't bad for one of 50. There's only 50 bottles of those. So that was really good. All right, so one of the other bottles I brought back, of course, was Carrera Tequila. This is the Mexican version, 38%. All right, I'm going to kind of tip you. I'm going to kind of talk about this right now. All right. The reason why I brought this back is it is absolutely one of the most incredible Blancos I've ever put in my mouth. All right, and let me explain why. When I worked with Lalo and Mauricio Camarena on the flavor profile for the Tequila Hombre edition, we ended up liking it so much they decided to use that as their flavor profile for Carrera Tequila. So, unfortunately, our 108 proof is still being held up due to supply chain issues. So we're waiting for the bottles. We're waiting for the caps. And then they're working on the Tequila Hombre edition neck tags. All right, so they've already released some of the Blanco in the Carrera regular. So if you guys want to see what the flavor profile is going to be like, just imagine it at 108 proof when you try it. Right now, it's coming to the United States. We'll have it on ferment and still, hopefully, really soon. So you'll be guaranteed to get it there. It's now readily available in Mexico. So you can actually buy a bottle of it with the new flavor profile in Mexico right now. Now, the key is looking for the right lot number, okay? And we'll probably talk about this on Instagram again tomorrow too. But if you look on the back here, you'll see there's a lot number. Let's see if I can get this to focus on that. There it goes. See the lot number on there? So the lot number you want to look for is CTB 046 in Mexico. So you see this is 046, right? Oh, my nose is itchy. So it's 046 in Mexico. And in the United States, it's 045. So special lot. This is a special lot, which will have the Tequila Hombre edition flavor profile to it. And you'll get this kind of taste with the new Blanc. Now, this is my second bottle since I was in Mexico. I literally drank one bottle while I was there in a night. We drank it in a night. Me and a couple of friends. We drank it in a night. Finished it off. It was so good. So then we decided, okay, well, we got to go find a store and find some more. And so we're going through stores and we're going through bottles on the shelf looking for the right lot number. We found a couple. So I brought one home. This is it. This is a 38%. In the US, it's going to be 40%. In the US, it's going to be CTB for Carrera Tequila Blanco 045. So you want to look for 45 here in the US. We will have it on ferment and still when it comes back in stock. When the Blanco comes back on stock, it'll be with that lot. I'm in the process of securing it right now for us. So if you haven't already, you want to go and to ferment and still and sign up to be notified when it comes back in stock and get some of this because this stuff absolutely amazing. Let me tell you about the flavor profile of this tequila. It is really rich. Well, first of all, the difference in this tequila versus like the regular batch is number one, they did what they're going to call a double fermentation on it, right? So 2 fermentations. They did the regular fermentation, then they did the malolactic fermentation. So this is going to have a really nice. It has a really nice cheese note to it. It's not as funky as the Cascanas was, but it's going to have a little bit of a funky cheese nose to it, and then it adds a little bit of like a butter note to it, buttery note. So on the taste, though, it's super rich cooked agave. So it's that sweet cinnamon and baking spices. It's super rich and delicious. And then it follows with a little bit of citrus, and then it hits you with this really nice ripe fruit that's more like a sweet pear. And then honey comes after that. And then you get this really nice cooked agave note on the finish with sweet cinnamon and baking spices. Oh, man. Allergies are freaking out right now. The winds are blowing. So really rich cooked agave, cinnamon and baking spices. And then that's the finish on it. And it's just so viscous and creamy on the mouthfeel. It is absolutely delicious. It is, I hate using this word, but it is so freaking smooth. It is so easy to drink. It is no heat to it, and it's just pure deliciousness. And for those of you that have been to a distillery and have bitten into cooked agave before, it is pure, rich cooked agave. Just like biting into that, we were like, oh my God, this stuff is so good. And we tasted it blind. So we tasted blind against some previous editions and some other things. And it was an amazing standout. It was so good. This is going to be, mark my words, okay, put it down. This is what the Hombre said on this day. People are going to be talking about this Blanco now. This is going to be the next breakout brand where people are going to be like, oh, I've got my, you're going to see posts everywhere. If I got my Carrera, this stuff's absolutely delicious. It's my new favorite, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see it everywhere. It's going to be unbelievable. Now, other brands that I've said this about, when I go crazy and stuff, well, Lalo was one of them, right? And look where Lalo is, right? Everyone loves it. This, I think, beats Lalo. Now, the 108 proof, I rated above G4 108, which G4 108 was my boo before, right? I rated above Fortaleza Still Strength. It is going to be one of the best high proof Blancos you've ever put in your mouth, guaranteed. It is absolutely incredible. Better than Cascanas, better than Fortaleza, better than G4 108 proof. It is absolutely amazing and delicious. And you guys know me. I only tell you how I feel. Absolutely beautiful. It is absolutely amazing and delicious. So you're not going to want to miss this. When it comes up on Fermented Still, you're going to want to grab a bottle of this stuff. It is so good. I was so excited when I tried it. I was like, whoa. I actually wanted to marry it. So it was so good. But I'm already married. So, and my wife wouldn't allow me to be married to a bottle of tequila too. So Carrera, where? Ferment and Still, man. Ferment and Still. Go sign up on their email to be notified when it comes back in stock. And when it comes back in stock, buy two bottles. Buy 3 bottles. But it's not the 108 proof. That's coming later. But you'll get an idea of what the flavor profile is when you order it. So you go, okay, this is what the flavor profile of the 108 proof is going to be, but it's just so much richer and intense. So even for this being 38%, as diluted as it is, it was still so intense and delicious. It was amazing. We couldn't believe that it was diluted down 38%. It was still so good. So it actually handled the dilution very well, which a lot of times they get more bland and stuff, but this was still really, really good. And I'll be drinking this tomorrow night, and we'll talk about it again on the live stream tomorrow night. So I'm telling you, as soon as I get the message that it's on its way, we'll populate it up on Ferment and Still. I'm still waiting for notice that it's been ordered. Let me look and see if I get a note from them. Okay. All right. Not yet. Hopefully I'll get a notice on it tomorrow. So just go to Ferment and Still tonight after this, and then sign up on the email to be notified when it's back in stock, and get some of this stuff. I'm going to probably buy 3 or 4 bottles of just the regular 40%, just so I can have it to drink, because this bottle will not last me probably the rest of the week. So this is just from, you know, when I got home. But we drank a whole bottle in one night, which I mean doesn't really happen. Sipping on some Tres Agaves Blanco, great value tequila. Also on your suggestion, purchased the Carrera Blanco and loved it. Total Wine More 2 months ago was selling for $33, not anymore. Great rec, Mar. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like that. This is a brand new flavor profile from Carrera. So you haven't tried this one yet. This one is brand new. The old flavor profile, this blows it out of the water. So if you like the old flavor profile, you're going to love this one. It's absolutely amazing. It doesn't taste a thing like the old flavor profile. It is absolutely brand spanking new. All right. So don't think, hey, I already tried Carrera and it was okay. No, this is completely different. This is different. A whole different flavor profile. I worked with them on creating this with for the Tequila Hombre, the 108 proof version. This is great. So, hold on, my party crowd prefers high proof. Oh wait, well you can wait. I wouldn't wait. I'd buy a bottle of this just to see what you're gonna be getting because this stuff's amazing, and your party crowd would love this as well. I'm sure, because it is absolutely beautiful, absolutely amazing, and we're probably looking at probably late November, early December before the high proof gets here. So this will give you a good idea of what's coming on the high proof. And it is absolutely amazing. You don't want to miss out on it. So I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait. Get them both. They're going to have everything. All the different, the whole line now is going to be made with this Blanco. But of course, you're going to have to wait a year for the Añejo to be with this Blanco. You know, over a year, and then you're gonna have to wait for the repo. So it's all gonna be made with this Blanco as the base. So yeah, it's all gonna be upgraded. But the Blanco is the first taste you're gonna try, and I don't recommend waiting for Añejo. Jump on the Blanco, seriously. Taste it, grab a bottle. It's not expensive. It's not gonna be expensive at all. And I swear you will drink it, you'll love it, and it'll be like your new boo, just like it is mine. And then we'll all talk about, yeah, Hombre said it was gonna be this way. I mean, it's funny. I always tell people, you got to try this. It's really good. And then next thing you know, I see a post from somebody that I finally tried this and it's really good. Oh, I was surprised. Like, what do you mean you're surprised? Did you not listen to what I said? I'm going to be talking about this now. I mean, for a while, I know, because I just love it. It's great. And I don't get crazy like this over that last brand. I think I got crazy over this was Cascanas, right? With the number 9, the number 9 extra Añejo, the blended extra Añejo, where I said it was better than the single barrel, and then our number 9 single barrel Repo, which I said was great, and everybody bought all that up, and everyone was ranting and raving about it. Now you see Cascanas everywhere, right? So, I even said, look out Fortaleza on their Blanco when it first came out, and said this is going to be the new thing. I like it better than Fortaleza, and everyone went crazy and were telling me I was crazy. And then after people tried it, they were like, "Oh, this stuff's like amazing." So don't sit on it. Don't wait. Don't sleep on it. Just when it comes, get it seriously. And then we're gonna have a big party here. We're gonna be sipping and talking, and everyone's gonna be loving us. And we're gonna be going, "Yeah, this stuff's amazing," and it's gonna put that side of the Camarena family on the map, because Mauricio really did a great job with it. All right, so just to be sure, the low number of Carrera Blanco in Mexico is CTB046. That's correct. So I can show you here what it looks like. It's on the shelves now in Mexico, and they've been the stores. Once people try it, they've been selling out. So CTB046. See that? Let's see if I can get to focus. Come on. Focus. There we go. CTB046. If you're looking on the shelf in Mexico, that is it right there. For the US, it's the load again is CTB045. It's not out. You're not going to find it on shelves yet. It just landed. So Ferment and Still is going to be the first to get it. So when it comes back in stock on Ferment and Still, it will be the right load, okay? It's the correct load. It's the one you want. We're ordering a bunch of cases of it. So it just landed here in the US. So if you go to a store now and try to look for it, it's not going to be there because it just literally landed this week here in the US. So we have it. We'll have it. We're ordering it right now. It should be coming in. I'll get a notification. So put your email in on Ferment and Still to be notified when it's back in stock, and then you'll get to get it and try it. But if you try to look, you can try looking. I mean, you can go to the stores and see. No one's going to have it because it literally. When I was there last week, they're like, it's been shipped, it's on its way, and I was like, oh, okay, well. So and I checked with them today, and they said it's just got here, so it's already here, so they have it here at the distributor. So you're not going to find it on the shelf yet, except in Mexico. In Mexico, the CTB 046 is already on the shelves in Mexico. That's where I bought this, on a shelf at a store at the Playa Liquors in Guadalajara. It's already on the store shelves in Mexico, not in the US. So if you're in Mexico, I think, Glenn, are you in Tulum? Is that you? I don't remember if you're in Mexico or you're in the US, but if you're in Mexico, it's already on the shelf. So CTB 046 in Mexico. I don't remember. One of my members, I think, is in Tulum. It's in Mexico. So I think a few members actually live in Mexico. So if you're in Mexico, look for the CTB 046. If you're in the United States, it's going to be 045, and you're going to be able to get it first on Ferment and Still. So does that make every sense in it for everybody? Are we good? We good? Any other questions on this? Because it's going to be amazing. Absolutely incredible stuff. And you'll be able to buy it, once it hits the shelves, you'll be able to buy it everywhere. And if you can't find it at your Total Wine or whatever, Buffalo, New York. Okay. It's not going to be New York yet, but it'll get there eventually. If you don't want to buy it from Ferment and Still, but otherwise Ferment and Still will be your fastest way. Thanks. I'll be hunting on all my local stores here in Guanajuato. Okay. I appreciate all of the info. Cool. Yeah. See if you can find it in Guanajuato. I don't know if it's in Guanajuato yet. I don't know how many stores carry it in Guanajuato, but if you head into Guadalajara, it's there. All right. So the other bottle that I brought back. Where is it? This was given to me as a gift. It's Soledad Joven. So this is made at Casa Camarena at Distilleria Arandina. So I haven't tried it yet. It's a blend of an añejo and a blanco. They make the blanco at Casa Camarena. They don't make the añejo. The añejo is trucked in. So I don't know what to expect from this one, but it was a gift. So I brought it home. So that's another one that I brought home. And then the last one is my sample bottle from the Viva Mexico, the Viva Mexico Tequila Hombre edition. I have a sample bottle of that, and it is delicious as well. So everyone's going to love that. It's 90 proof, so it's going to be high proof, and it's absolutely delicious. Sergio did a remarkable job. It tastes nothing like the standard Viva Mexico. It's completely different flavor profile because he was basically having fun with fermentation and with the distillation on one batch. He was experimenting. And so we bought that whole experimental batch, and it's really good. So the load replaces the older profile, so that will be the only one available. Yeah, Ferment and Still that'll be the one that we get. So you'll know it will be the correct load if you order from us because we're out of stock on it. So when the stock comes in, it'll be that particular load, so you'll get the right one. Yeah. Because the distributor was out of stock, so they don't have any other stock except for this new batch that came in. So it will be the correct load. By the way, have you gone tequila shopping at Ramirez Beverage Center in Boyle Heights? That place has a variety. Yeah, I've been to Ramirez Beverage Center in Boyle Heights. I've been to the one on Soto Street too. I've been to the one in like by Los Alamitos as well. So I've been to a bunch of. I've been to, I think, all three of their locations. So yeah, Ramirez Beverage Center is good. The Ramirez liquor is good. I have definitely been there. Let me take some water. I've been talking a lot. So you guys, don't forget to give me a like for the information I'm sharing with you guys, giving you the tips on picking up some good stuff nobody else is talking about right now. I'm the only one. You're getting this exclusively from me here on this stuff. So, and trust me, for those of you that have been following me for a while, right, that are members and have been subscribers for a while, when I go crazy about something and say it's really, really good, how many times have you tried it and thought I was wrong? How many? Just let everybody know. How many times? Zero, right? Zero. Zero. I know I don't get this crazy about things, and people might say, oh, that's because it's Tequila Hombre edition. No, you know, we have a Tequila Hombre edition of Viva Mexico. It's good. It's good. But this Carrera is life-changing. Seriously, it's that good. It's so good. How many bottles can you bring back from Mexico, and how do you do it? Does someone pack for you, or do you somehow carry on? No, you can't carry on. Carry on is illegal. I pack it in my suitcase. For California, you have to know what your state rules are. California, I could bring up to 60 liters back for personal consumption. 60 liters. That's a lot of booze. So, I brought back, the most I've ever brought back on one trip was 16 bottles. And I had to do 2 suitcases. So one time I actually had to go to the mall in Guadalajara and buy a suitcase because my suitcase was just way too heavy. And I try to keep them below the 50-pound weight limit each time, but sometimes I have to pay a little bit because it goes a little bit over the 50 pounds. But you can bring back a lot coming to California. 60 liters, that's a lot. So you have to know what your state rules are, and if you want to find out, check with your local ABC or check the customs website and see if you can look up your state to know what your rules are. So for your state that you're heading back to. Hope you're doing well. Thank you on the rocks. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing good as well. So Sean says, what can you tell us about brand development you were working on while in Mexico? How did it go? It went really well so far. I can't get into details quite yet, but I think my client is close to picking a distillery, and then once they do, what's going to happen is I'm going to go down during production and oversee production, but also film it, so you guys can kind of get an inside view on the development of this brand, and you're going to see like the whole process of conceptualization all the way through to commercialization of it. So it's going to really give you an insight into creating a brand. And so the client was really happy with the trip. They really enjoyed the flavor profiles and stuff that we tried. And they're really close to picking out which distillery they want to go with. Just waiting for the final word from them. And then we'll start moving forward there. So it's going to be really interesting. So how much time do I have? 6:48. Okay. So some people may want to know what is the step next. Okay, so I wanted to kind of go over something too as well. Let me see. Have you? Let me see. Let me address what Robert said real quick. Hey, you let me to San Matias Grand Reserve, a Luchador Tapatio Fortaleza. I'll definitely give. Okay, good. Excellent, great. You want to jump on this one. I'm telling you, this one is amazing. So, all right. So, once the client picks the distillery that they want, what's next? So the first thing you have to do, and this kind of ties in with the whole G4 issue with Tequila Matchmaker, where they were placed as inactive. Okay, so this kind of has to fall in line with that. What you do when you first are going to create a brand, the first thing you have to do is you have to pick a brand name. Okay, and then you create your mark. You trademark it in Mexico. Okay, then once you do that, you have to put together an agreement. And the agreement, there's agreement between you, the brand owner, the CRT, which is the regulatory agency that monitors tequila production and owns the right to the word tequila, right? So if you're going to use tequila, you have to have the CRT involved. It's their word. They own the rights to it. You just borrow the ability to use it. And then you have to make an agreement with the distillery, which owns the NOM, right? The NOM is the number associated to a license to distill. So you have the three parties in an agreement. An agreement is then filed with a organization called IMPI. And that organization is what monitors the certificates that determines whether a brand can be produced or not and where it's produced. So what happened with G4 is Tequila Matchmaker accessed a database that is a public database that isn't updated very often and isn't very accurate because the database isn't really something that's important to the CRT. It's just a public database. They're like a junk thing that they put up on their website. So they update that thing, 6 months to a year, every 6 months to a year, sometime in there. So it hardly ever gets updated. It's always out of date. There's all the information is never up to date on it. And there was like a change that Felipe did with a certificate, and it registered that on that old database, and which showed it as being inactive, but it wasn't inactive. He already had his certificate filed. And what happens is the CRT is at the distillery every day monitoring production. And so if your agreement is about to expire, they let you know like 6 months in advance. And your agent that comes to your distillery every day, they know what's going on with your certificates and stuff. And they'll let you know that it needs to be renewed. Your agreement needs to be renewed, and they'll renew it. And they can renew it for as long as they want. You can renew an agreement for 10 years. And you can put down however long you want. So a lot of times, some places will do a shorter agreement because they may think they may want to change distilleries at some time. Other places will do a longer agreement. So it all depends on what you want to do when you file the agreement. So that was the issue with G4. They were referencing an old certificate, not the new one that they switched to. His new one doesn't expire until 2028. And the information came across, and TMM just published it without contacting excuse me without contacting Felipe to verify the information. That's what happened. So so that's going to be the next step. Is we'll have to create a brand name, get it registered in Mexico, registered here in the US, and then put these agreements together with the distillery and the CRT. So that'll be the next step once they decide what distillery they want to use. So, and then we start working on production. So the first thing that we're going to do is kind of work on, the distilleries agreed to do some stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what distillery they're going to choose. So once they choose the distillery, once we get the agreement in place, then we go into production. And then when we do, I'll fly down there and video it, and so you guys can see the full step and get the full story on this brand. It'll be really cool. I haven't seen anybody else do something like that. I think it'd be really cool. So you guys will get a first-hand inside look at it. And then, of course, once it's done, of course, since I was involved in the production of it and stuff, you will be able to purchase it on Ferment and Still. We'll do that because I know it's made right. I'm gonna be tasting it throughout the whole process with the client, and unless they go crazy on wanting some flavor profile that's not in line with what we look for, which shouldn't happen because the distilleries we visited don't do that. So we should be good. In which case, it will be sold unfermented still. So it's interesting stuff, right? It's cool. It's just a lot. It's going to be a lot of work. So I don't think anybody else has probably ever told you guys about this stuff before, huh? Only from the Hombre. So any other questions? Any other things you guys want? Oh, I told you about the Viva Mexico, the sample bottle I came back, right? Okay, yeah. I think I've already covered that. So that's basically it. I mean, it's told you about the sample bottles I brought back, or the bottles I brought back. Told you about the project. Got in a little bit of information about the TMM and the G4 thing that came up when I was in Mexico. Anything else you guys want to know about? Don't forget to give me a like, you guys. I'm sitting here spreading this knowledge everywhere. Just click that thumbs up button for me. Give me a like for all the information I'm sharing. There's 34 people on, only 15 likes. Come on. It doesn't cost you anything to give a like. It doesn't cost you a cent. It doesn't cost you anything. So just click that thumbs up button. Give me a like for the information I shared. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Click that subscribe and the notification bell next to it. Become a subscriber. Now, if you really want to start getting involved and ask questions like all these great people that you see on the chat here, become a member. It's only $10 a month. It's nothing. It's like, what, 1.5 Starbucks coffees these days. Depends if you don't buy a fancy Starbucks coffee. It could be one Starbucks coffee. It's $10 a month, and then you get to participate in the Q&As going forward, as well as get access to some of these allocated buys, like the Siete Leguas buy and the El Tesoro 85th anniversary when it comes out. The YouTube members and Discord members would be the ones getting that. And then if you want to get in on the 108 proof special, that's a tequila barrel and agave collective buy, so you have to join the Discord to get in on that, as well as the Viva Mexico and the Lafrig barrel from El Tesoro. Those are off through the collective, so that's the Discord membership gets you participated in the collective buys and any of the buys we do going forward, which we have some other really cool barrel and batch buys that we're going to be working on for next year. So you guys don't want to miss those. So join the Discord and be part of that community as well. And the Discord community is really nice. It's really friendly, and you guys will love it. Everyone's really great. We share a lot of information on there, and we had some issues, but we got them resolved, and so we're back where people are posting things they're finding or asking questions, and it's acting like a community like it should. So, all right. Any other questions? Any other comments? Anything I can address for you guys here? Don't forget to give me a like for the information I'm sharing, you guys. Click the thumbs up button. Come on, don't be afraid. Click that thumbs up button. Give me a like. What is it with people giving likes? I mean, just click the little thumbs up right there. Just click that and say, yeah, okay, like, thanks, Hombre, for sharing this. I'm going to give you a like. It doesn't cost you anything. Not a dime. All right, anything else? That's it? We're down? We're done? Are we done? Anything else anybody wants to ask real quick before we go? All right. So I'll give some people time to think about something they want to ask. Tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 Eastern, Instagram. We're going to have Eduardo Camarena, Lalo Camarena from Carrera Tequila on to talk about this special edition that I've been ranting and raving about today. And make sure you guys show up for that tomorrow on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow on Instagram. It doesn't cost you anything either. You just click the follow button, and then we'll be going live and bringing Eduardo on and talking about this Blanco. I'll be sipping it, so it should be a great episode. You're not going to want to miss it. And Mark Rainforth says, thanks, Mark. I always hit the like button and can't wait for you to drop more knowledge. Cheers. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Glenn says, appreciate all the info tonight, Mark. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it. Sean says, always enjoy your Q&As. Thanks, Mark. Great, good. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoy them. All right, guys. Well, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila, so keep an eye out for the Carrera. This is just between us, right? Keep an eye out for this to hit ferment and still and grab some bottles. You guys are gonna really love this stuff. It is good. So, oh, Kenny B, yeah, Kenny's on top of it. He says, man, that's the first thing I do. So, well, thank you, Kenny. You're the man. All right, guys, have a good night. Salute. Bye.